Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Ground Forces. Ground forces of the Army of the Guardians of the Islamic Revolution. Maintain in parallel to the regular army of Iran. In addition to their conventional military role, the Revolutionary Guards ground forces are more geared towards internal disorder than the regular army. However, in late years, the IRGC ground forces and by extension the entire IRGC have transitioned to becoming an expeditionary force, capable of projecting power abroad, through conventional military operations or via proxies and unconventional warfare. There are at least around 150,000 IRGC ground force troops. Following this transition, the ground forces structure remains focused on brigade levels units, supported by armored, air support, artillery, intelligence and special forces formations. The Guardians of the Islamic Revolution Ground Forces was officially established on 5 May 1979. It was conceived as a popular militia force to monitor the remainders of the Shah's Atesh and defend the Islamic Revolution. However, the official establishment followed several months of activity of the Revolutionary Guards. According to Mohsen Rafiq-Dist, the establishment of an armed force tasked to secure the revolution was proposed by Hujjat al-Islam Muhammad Montazeri, son of Ayatollah Hussein Ali Montazeri. Supreme Leader Ruhollah Khomeini ordered in February 1979 the establishment of such a force, which was established by Muhammad Montazeri itself and Ayatollah Muhammad Beheshti, leader of the Islamic Republican Party. Mohsen Rafiq-Dist was charged with organizing the Revolutionary Guard and Abbas Duzduzani was the first commander. Between February and December 1979, the IRGC evolved from a loose militia into an armed force. In early days, IRGC units seemed to operate independently and in different capacities in different locations. In March 1979, a national command was established. The mission of the Army of the Guardians of the Islamic Revolution accorded primacy to an internal security role, while at the same time pushing for the export of the Islamic Revolution. In the early days, the IRGC was responsible for both internal and external intelligence and security, which was carried out in conjunction with the Prime Minister's office. The Al-Ghair combat units were involved in fighting enemy groups. Initially, the Army of the Guardians of the Islamic Revolution operated in coordination with Comites and their command echelon, but with an official approval. In the aftermath of the official establishment of the Army of the Guardians of the Islamic Revolution, there were 4 factions within it. These factions were included in the command and central councils, with the great influence exercised by the Mujahideen of the Islamic Revolution Organization. Members of the Mujahideen of the Islamic Revolution Organization in the IRGC used their positions against the People's Mujahideen of Iran, Tudeh and Fadi in the general campaign against the political left and ethnic minorities, where the left was strong. In September 1979, the IRGC were entrusted with providing security detail to Friday Congregational Prayer leader Ayatollah Montazeri, while failed to resist Iranian students in the seizure of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. The 1979 Iranian constitution gave Khomeini the supreme command of all armed forces, including the IRGC. In the wake of Iraq invasion of Iran in 1980, Islamic Republican Party and leftist organizations harshly confronted each other, resulting in thousands of casualties. The impeachment and removal of President Abdullah Hassan Banisadr allowed the Islamic Republican Party to gain control of the defense strategy and to involve deeply the IRGC in it. The Iran-Iraq war caused the IRGC to align closely with the clerical rule of the Islamic Republican Party. IRGC commander Mohsen Razai resigned from Mujahideen of the Islamic Revolution Organization due to the latter's contrast with the clerical rule. During the confrontation between Montazeri and President Akbar Hashmi Rafsanjani, hundreds were arrested from IRGC ranks. By 1988, the radical leftist faction had vanished within the IRGC. IRGC membership grew steadily in the first years of operation and during the Iran-Iraq war. By the end of 1979 there were about 10,000 guardsmen. In mid-1980 the number swelled to 25,000 and reached 50,000 by the end of 1981. In 1986 there were 350,000 guardsmen, organized into battalion-level units. The Iran-Iraq War forged the identities of the IRGC, Basij, and other associated organizations. After the war, the Iranian leadership provided the IRGC new outlets of service. Some, external to the Basij, proposed their demobilization or their merger in the IRGC under the name of Resistance Guard. Instead of demobilizing IRGC and Basij, Iranian leadership maintained and expanded their mobilization, particularly in extra-military sectors. In 1989, the IRGC lost its ministry and was merged with the Artesh in the M.